Bugle, don't you like what? No, like on a serious note though, what Disney World do you think should be in Kingdom Hearts 3?
Oh, what Disney World?
Like that we haven't seen yet.
I like to see Lion King. Lion King was one of my favorite films when I was young. Well, one of the first Disney films actually.
I think it was everyone's first, except for Sully, because he has no soul. He has no soul.
Well, what's up, guys?
I love you, man, but you got no soul.
Oh, the guys are here. Hello, guys. Welcome back to another collab. It's me, my fellow Spidey from the Spidey Skater Boy. We're going to just be glancing over the Into Spider-Verse trailer and Spider-Man PS4. So yeah, going back to Kingdom of Hearts. Yeah, mine was Lion King. What was your favorite? Like, what do you think they should have in the game?
See, and I don't know if I told you this. I told Evan this, and this is something that I say on my YouTube channel. Especially when the live action adaptation of Disney's iteration of the story came out. I need Beauty and the Beast. I need that. I need that in my life. That's like my favorite Disney movie. I need that in my life. Need that. If you can't get the original cast back, then get the live action cast, man. Emma Watson is Belle. Need a right away. Like you know.
I would like Incredibles. Since Incredibles is coming out, I think it will be.
Oh, that's probably happening. Definitely.
Yeah, we should see Incredibles. But anyway, that's not what we're here to discuss. We're here to discuss Into Spider-Verse, Spider-Man PS4. So, what do you think of the trailer?
See, it was amazing. See, I woke up and I the first thing I did was watch that. That's the first thing I did, and I actually put a reaction video on my channel watching that. And when I first saw it, I honestly I was really excited, but since I was half asleep, I couldn't fully process it. But my thoughts have only improved in the most positive way, you know, after my initial watching. Like, there's so many things right with it, in my opinion. Like, okay, so first of all, you show us this version of Peter Parker, not the one that's in Miles' main universe, but the one that's going to be his mentor, his like big brother kind of figure in the movie, played by Jake Johnson, which perfect casting choice. I don't know, I didn't think of it at first, because I love Jake Johnson. He's hilarious, and he's just really good as an actor. But you see him at first, and you're just like, oh, okay. And then, he starts giving off that little dialogue to Miles, and you can tell he's like really genuine about what he's doing and how and you can tell there's a genuine care for Miles and trying to teach him how to become, like, come to his own man and into his own Spider-Man. See what I did there? No, but and then not even just that, and also like just talking to him normally, like when in that offshoot restaurant, and then there, he's eating the burger, and you can tell he's from New York. Like, my boy know his slang. He's like, yo, I'm not quite liquid right now. I'm like, oh, my boy came straight from New York. He knows what he's talking about. But I really dug it. The art style, I don't need to say anything because we all know that's amazing. Suit, I love it. I love it. I'm definitely gonna cosplay. That. Definitely.
Yeah, the suit is very how do I say? It's basic, but it's very unique. Definitely.
Yeah, it takes the classic design of Miles and it has its own spin on it, and I love it. It's cool.
And the art style definitely reminds me of Ultimate Spider-Man. With that comic style aesthetic. Really pleasing to see. And yeah, I'll wait to see it.
There's one thing though. Oh yeah. There's one thing that I do have an issue with, and it's this whole clothes over the costumes BS. Like, for certain instances, like when they're in the restaurant, okay, yeah, that makes sense, okay, but like, Miles, like, why you got on a whole hoodie and shorts, and I'm not sure if those are supposed to be Nike Dunks or if they're Jordans. I'm gonna go say they're Dunks because I'm a skater. And because Dunks, they're basketball shoes and skating shoes, so I'm just going to say Dunks. Why you got Dunks on shorts and a hoodie over your costume. Like you have the full costume on. Why? Why? That's to me. That's the dumbest thing about this movie so far. Besides that, I really like it, and also when Gwen Stacy came, I was like, ooh, are they gonna try to start doing that Miles Gwen thing, which I never had a problem with because Spider Gwen is her own character, so they could do whatever they want with her, and they're around the same age anyways. It's not like she's like 616 Gwen where she's like a full grown adult. So if they are doing that, that would be cool. But I'm just interested to see what other Spider characters appear in the movie.
Alright, that's sweet. Okay, moving on. Oh yeah, before we move on, before we talk about Spider and PS4, any final thoughts on Spider into Spider-Verse?
Super excited.
Yep.
Cosplaying the suit. Going to see this with friends. We're definitely going to be doing a group discussion / review on this.
Oh, yep, definitely.
When it comes out, so December 16th, I think.
Like mid-December, yep.
Yeah, mid to late December. That's when that's happening. But yeah, look forward to that. And, you know, just overall positive vibes. I'm really digging the cast and everything. Goblin's look, I honestly do not mind. The tail throws me off a bit, but I can get past it. But I like his look for the most part.
Yeah, definitely. Like it has something from from various iterations of the character, and just sort of combines it together to form a whole new design, which is something we've seen from the Insomniac suit. Alright, speaking of Insomniac suit, Spider-Man PS4. Oh,
that was actually a good segue.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, moving on.
Oh.
What?
One thing, let me start this discussion, okay?
Thanks for interrupting me. Okay, now moving on.
I want to start this discussion here. I want to say we're not talking about we'll be talking about games, not like how we originally planned.
Right.
Do I need to bring this up in the video?
Wait,
Oh, for all you guys who don't know, we tried originally doing this video twice, like 2 weeks ago before this. Messed up both times trying to record. First time we just didn't record, second time he didn't catch my audio. So this is great, guys.
Yeah, you know what they say, third time lucky, so yeah, hopefully this time it'll be worth it.
Hopefully you actually hear me.
Yeah. No, you're fading away slowly after Thanos.
Fade away, yay.
Okay. Yes, the Game Informer, pretty interesting stuff. It was obviously it wasn't obviously the latest build. But yeah, what did you make of the Game Informer stuff you got?
I can't even talk about my thoughts on Game Informer anymore because I'm just over looking at I'm like, what the hell happened, Game Informer? What happened, Game Informer? What was that? What was that gameplay that we got? What was that?
It was very minimal, but it was still cool to see. I mean, yeah.
Oh no, it was cool to see. But then when you look at it was cool to see. But when you look at what we got last night, you're like,
oh yeah.
By the way, we're recording this the day after E3.
I think that was the best
But
we've received so far.
yeah, by the way, guys, we're recording this the day after the Sony conference, so if this goes up like a couple days late, just know in advance.
Yeah,
but
at the moment of this recording, it's right after the I think day 2 of E3.
What happened, Game Informer? Like the gameplay looked nice, but it was all janky and whatnot, and there were issues, and the rain looked terrible, and everything looked like just odd. And then we cut to last night. You have 2 freaking missions. One's a side mission with Shocker, and then one's just a story mission at the raft setting up Sinister Six. And we finally get nighttime gameplay that looks amazing. Yeah, the suit finally looks red and blue. Yeah, and yes, and the suit's finally red and blue. Like the blue is dark as hell, which I actually really like. I'm happy with that. And the red is a nice deep red. I like it. And the rain looks good. It looks better than what we got with Game Informer. It looks way better. All the character designs for the villains I'm really digging. The only one who I kind of am a bit iffy on, ever so slightly, that would have to be Scorpion, and that's just because of the mask. The actual body, yeah, I'm fine with it. The actual like overall like the suit itself kind of reminds me of like classic like Scorpion, like from the 2000 Neversoft game, like how he looked at the time of the comics with the green and purple. Just change the colors up, and that would have been it.
Yeah, definitely digging like all the designs so far. I think my favorite villain design has to be Shocker. I just love like the way he
Oh,
looks and those gauntlets, and that mask is so intimidating. It looks so cool.
for me, it'd have to be between Electro, which by the way, I think it's James Arnold Taylor, although Josh Keaton wants to be like, oh, it sounds familiar. It could be him, but I think me and a fellow Spidey Squad member, I'm Spidey fan for the win, think he's just, trying to be like, oh, it sounds familiar, James Arnold Taylor, because he voiced him in Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah,
And it sounds a lot like Ultimate Electro from that game. Yeah.
that'll be a
But for me,
nice call out to that game.
yeah, that would be. I mean, that lends more credence to my theory about this universe being based off of the Ultimate Universe solely, and they're just adding in things from 616. Like, they're changing things and adding things in from 616. But that's a different topic for a different day. That's a different topic for a different day, my friend. I'm not going to get into that here. But, what I want to, get into is, like, how Electro looks sick. How Electro looks sick, and also how Shocker looks sick, but for both all the good and wrong reasons. I say good because he just generally looks cool, and bad because he looks like 90s Iron Man. Straight up 90s Iron Man, like, I am Iron Man! Like, he looks like that kind of Iron Man from the 90s cartoon. Like, it's bad. It's bad and good at the same time. I genuinely don't know how to feel about it.
What's interesting is that in that gameplay or in that story gameplay demo, we actually get a hint that every villain has been upgraded. Like every villain has some sort of upgrade to it. Like this, even Shocker says, "You like my new suit?" And then Spidey asks, "That's cool. Where'd you get it?" And
Oh no, that was Electro. That was Electro. That was Electro.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was Electro. Yeah, but also before the Dusk Model, I think Yuro Tanabe was sort of hinting that Shocker received an upgrade because she mentioned how his eyes were glowing, and
No, it wasn't. No, well, she said that the guard was in a trance and his eyes were glowing,
oh,
and because she just said that he was given his suit.
right.
So it doesn't. So obviously, like before he was first captured, he had that suit. Since she just said he was given his suit, so he obviously had it beforehand.
Right, but Shocker, no, not Shocker. I keep saying Shocker. The Sinister Six definitely have received an upgrade.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That leads me to believe that Tinker is behind this. Like Tinker is part of the, guy, one of the villains behind the scenes. Like
I definitely don't think he's definitely not the main guy,
Oh,
and he's definitely not funding it. He's just working with the main guy,
exactly.
and I think we both can agree who we think that is.
So at the end, you want to mention that? He goes, "Wait, you? Like who do you think?"
Yeah, we'll just bring that up at the end.
Oh, okay, alright. So, next thing, we're going to talk about the character design of the newly... Oh, we already talked about that. Alright.
Oof.
So, next we're going to talk about the combat. The combat was revamped, it looks fresh, it looks great. Definitely familiar.
Oh.
There's something about it that's different.
Oh, I can tell you a couple things about the combat because I keep plugging this guy because he's definitely one of the best members in the Spidey Squad, and he doesn't get enough credit where he's due. But Austin, Spidey fan for the win, who actually often talks to one of the lead combat designers, Adam, over at Insomniac. It's pretty much shown in the actual gameplay that we've seen last night that the 2017 combat is still very much there. That was all kept in, but they added in almost like a Spider-Man 2 mixed with Web of Shadows style combat. And also, yeah, and also I'd like to mention, and this I flipped out when I saw this because I instantly realized what was happening, and Austin, Bugle, everyone was kind of hoping for this, and I don't know how many of the squad members actually liked the way how it was done. like we only see it for one actual move in particular during the first fight in the raft set piece. But they're implementing the parkour into the combat, and I say this because he does a tic tac, which is where you like kind of like push your foot off of a wall. He does like a tic tac dolphin dive, which is where you just dive like full body into like a punch from the pillar into the guy, and then he just goes right back into combat. And I'm like, oh, they're gonna implement parkour into the combat, which is cool. And which I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer when you really think about it, but we weren't exactly sure how far they were going to go with the whole parkour thing. If that was just going to be mainly traversal, but I'm glad to see that it's actually in the combat and it works and flows. I mean, granted, it looks kind of clunky considering how they have the quote-unquote Arkham combat, even though Arkham's combat is more Spider-Man combat than anything. But I'm not going to even get into that. But have the quote-unquote Arkham combat, which is a lot more of a grounded Spider-Man style of combat, and then you have the whole Spider-Man 2 / Web of Shadows, clunky, like, kind of like, not button masher, but, just free-for-all, like, having fun kind of combat. Like good old classic, like, PS2, 360 era kind of combat. And in mixes, it works, but trying to get that transition is going to be tricky, especially for like people going into the game. You're going to have to figure that out on your own, which that's kind of the whole process, and that's why there's those two play styles for that specific reason. You can play either or, try to mix them up. And also, the one combat move that was there, I understand the concept, but I don't like it, and that's the Web Blossom, and that's for a couple reasons. It's for a couple reasons. One, the name. I'm sorry, Insomniac. Like I love your work, like not just on this but previous games, because I have played some of your previous. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and act like I played some of your games. I like.
The buff swing and traversal look absolutely polished. They are so smooth. Yeah, we were just very excited to see how
They
has come since 2017.
exactly. They finally have classic poses in the swinging, guys. You can be excited now.
And
The
FTE, I think in one of the
none here.
the open world gameplays when you're taking down a truck. We also saw it from, I think it was Game Informer. How you take down the truck and then he progresses to the front, and then he kicks the guy out of the window, jumps in front of the truck, and then stops it with his bare hands. I think the whole thing's a QT, which it.
Oh no! They showed it in the gameplay in some of the freemium game that's been up online. It's I guess you could say it's more like it's partially, but not like it's not like your typical QT. It's more like in the Shocker fight, more like in like not so tough, but like it's maybe like one little button prompt, or like when you have to do the website, it's like that just a small button prompt. But for the most part, it's like you're just moving ahead, and it's like occasional button prompt. It's not full on QTE.
Oh yeah.
And
but I still like
but
the QTE
yeah, for me, it just depends on how you implement them, and it depends on the game.
Oh yeah.
I like what we saw. Me personally, I don't feel as though Spider-Man needs super huge set pieces. I personally don't feel he needs that as a character. That's just me. I never really liked the idea of him having all this huge destruction around me. Like it's cool. It's cool. It looks cool, and it can play out cool. But I don't feel as though Spider-Man, in terms of his stories and as a character, he doesn't need that sort of thing. So the whole having the big set pieces and QTEs, I was like, yeah, I really could do without that. Thank you very much. I haven't seen any QTEs, so I'm over here like, I'm like, okay, that's good. But they could pull it faster and just like, oh yeah, we have plenty of QTEs in the game. I'm like, oh. So we don't know, guys.
Yeah. But overall, very excited. I'm very, very not only impressed, but really just looking forward to trying out the various the various species and mechanics in the game. The stealth section also looks great.
Oh, that looks good. Oh, speaking of stealth missions, let's talk about that little inner demons hideout
Oh
side
yeah,
mission. How he just
MJ.
dropped.
MJ's
That
helping
was.
out.
Hold up, wait. Before we get, you brought up MJ, bro. What was up with her character icon for the phone thing? Why she looks so busted?
I thought she looked fine.
No, she. Maybe it's because it's just so small. The drawing looks so
Yeah,
weird, and her hair didn't even look red. It looked brown. I was like, what?
when
Why is she brown? Why is she have brown hair?
the image size, like it looks weird when it's a smaller resolution. For the most part, I dig every design shown in this
Hmm.
game. I've been digging so far,
Hmm.
and yeah, everything from the suit to the menu to icons to like
Hmm.
pretty much even the main menu icon, which was revealed yesterday,
Oh yeah,
looks
and how that just transitions right into gameplay.
just like God of
It's
War,
gonna be amazing.
just like God of War.
Hmm.
Absolutely
Yeah, it's
looks
amazing.
great, and yeah, I expect the third one to be even better than Horizon Zero Dawn.
Hmm.
Brian actually told me
Oh,
that.
oh, and just wanna, I just want to say this just because to let you guys know that that this is still very fresh. That we're still very fresh in E3. Someone just released like not too long ago, like 17 new gameplay, like 17 minutes of new gameplay,
Oh yeah, that was
and we're
Gameplay
definitely gonna
yesterday.
be checking.
Yep.
Yeah, like we're definitely gonna be checking that afterwards, and we're probably gonna do like a bigger, like when everything's all said and done, and like if anything else happens, we're gonna do a Parkaluk podcast. We're finally gonna come back with that. We've just been really busy. It's been hard to get everyone together,
Yep.
and the last episode was just all on technical reasons and because we were goofing around too much because it didn't go according to plan. We couldn't upload the last episode, but don't worry, we're gonna come back. We're gonna come back with a bang. We're coming back, boys.
And speaking of Spidey Squad, how about that shout out from Brian Winterhall? Thank you for
Oh,
being
that even that
so
really thick shout out, that was delicious.
yeah,
It's delicious.
especially in front of the whole crowd. The host seemed confused, but
Yeah, like Spidey Squad.
Spidey Squad, yeah, he's
And
like,
then
what?
Jacinda Chu was like, yeah. Jacinda was like, yeah, Spidey Squad, they're so passionate. I'm like,
As
Jacinda.
soon as she mentioned the fans, I'm like, yes, yes, Spidey Squad. And then as soon as Brian said, shout out to the Spidey Squad, I was like, yes, finally,
And then Jacinda acknowledged us. I was like, Jacinda.
yeah.
My eyes lit up. I was like, yay.
That's great. But yeah, any final thoughts before we wrap it up?
Evan, wrap it up. That's a blooper.
That's definitely deeper. Yeah, so any final thoughts before we wrap it up?
Um, um, well, E3 still going on. Plenty more things to see.
Oh yeah,
Um, like for example, the Nintendo panel was early today. I was excited for that. All that Smash news. That was pretty dope. We're gonna see more Spider-Man stuff, and hopefully we get to see more games get announced and revealed. And I'm just excited. These are happy times right now. Happy times, boys.
yeah. And also, if Sonic will most likely be doing a live stream
Oh yeah,
of
they
Sonic
can. Yeah,
20.
they said
So
that.
stay tuned for
Yeah,
that.
they said that in the live stream today that they will be doing a live stream eventually, playing the demo, and we will be seeing more of the game. They'll be talking about it. So let's keep an eye out for that, boys.
Yep, definitely excited to hear that. So thank you for being part of this collab. You can check out Skater Boy's channel in the description, as well as his Twitter. And do you have anything else? Oh yeah, and Instagram. The link for the Spider School channel will also be there, so be sure to check that out as well. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you see the next one, I hope you guys have a nice day.
May I just ask real quickly, as we're starting to wind down here, from a personal perspective, I mean, what's it like for you and for the team to be able to kind of look up at